From beating up a poor teenager who accidentally hit Morant with a basketball, to the NBA star pointing a gun at the Indiana Pacers, here's why Ja Morant is his own biggest problem. Now, it's no secret that Ja Morant is an insane young talent and has really changed up the scene for the Memphis Grizzlies. However, in recent months and years, the guy has been walking down the wrong path. For instance, in March 2022, Ja was seen flashing a gun on his Instagram Live. That's right, a gun. Safe to say that the Grizzlies captain did not take this too well. Morant was swiftly removed from the team. This was just the tip of the iceberg. It was subsequently revealed that a 17-year-old kid had filed a lawsuit against Morant, alleging that the NBA star had attacked him in July last year. So what actually happened here? Well, according to the media, Morant was playing a basketball game with the kid, who then accidentally hit Morant on the head with the ball. It is safe to say that Morant did not take to this too well, and proceeded to smash the poor guy's head in, to the point that a large knot could be seen on the boy's head. Talk about overreacting, am I right? Thing is, that wasn't even the first time that Morant had been accused of physical violence. In the past, there has been not one, but two police reports that suggest Morant has a really violent side. The first report concerned the incident that we just talked about, but shed a lot more light than the media did. The report showed that Morant hit the poor kid between 12 and 13 times, before he re-emerged with a gun visible in the waistband of his pants and his hand on the weapon. Morant defended his actions, saying that the teenager had threatened to light his house up. But that's no excuse for such a violent reaction, is it? I mean, this guy is a role model for kids across America. It's safe to say that he's not living up to these standards. Oh, and that second report? Yeah, it's even worse. The report detailed that Morant and his crew got into a teeny tiny argument with the head of security at a mall in Memphis. Apparently, Morant and 9 of his pals ran into the mall to confront the man, as a result of an incident that happened with the security guard and his mother. It's alleged that Morant's group verbally threatened the guard and even shoved him over at one point. No arrests were made, but it was not a good look for the NBA player. What's more, this all occurred just a few weeks after the prospect signed a 5-year contract extension, worth a whopping $231 million. This shows exactly why Morant is his own worst enemy. 99% of basketball prospects would die to have an opportunity like this, and Morant worked damn hard to get there. But it just seems like he's wasting his position and all that hard work. His violent tendencies have even crept into his basketball career. For instance, on January 29th, the Memphis Grizzlies took on the Indiana Pacers in an intense battle.
Morant snatches his 8th rebound of the game. Triple-double again in play. He had one. Lob for Clark!
After the game, the Pacers reported feeling like they were in terrible danger when a car Morant was in pointed a red laser at the team bus. A red laser? That can't be so bad, right? Well, this red laser happened to be attached to a gun. What? Firstly, who would let Morant into the game with a firearm? And secondly, who in their right mind points a gun at their fellow players? This is really not a great look for the player. There's never any need to introduce violence into the game. That's something you keep for your private life, right? Morant doesn't seem to think so. His apparent love for guns has also been evidenced by his Twitter account. In an old post, he tweeted the following: "It's free to see how hollows feel." This clearly alludes to hollow bullets. His words on Twitter got so bad, the Grizzlies felt they had no choice but to suspend Morant to stop him from committing any other violent acts. To be fair, Morant has realized that he's not behaving in an appropriate manner. In March 2023, he released the following statement: "I take full responsibility for my actions last night. I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzlies organization for letting you down. I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress and my overall well-being."
But I take, full responsibility, for my actions. Made a, bad mistake, and I can see the image, that I painted, over myself.
Hopefully we'll see Morant bounce back and deal with whatever he's got to deal with, because he's so talented. And if he didn't let these actions get the better of him, he'd be at the forefront of the NBA. But to be honest, his recent actions don't really add up when you take a look at this guy's past. Morant came from very humble roots, growing up in a town called Dalzell in South Carolina. His father gave up his very own basketball ambitions to help Ja with his dream, even building Ja his very own basketball court in the backyard. Morant went to Murray State and made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament.
On him. So Morant takes it and drills it. Morant answers the triple from Marcus.
From there, he was chosen as the second overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft. He even took home Rookie of the Year honors as well as 2 All-Star selections. As you can see, his history is not one of violence. It's one of a loving, caring family. And sure, we don't know everything that's gone on throughout Ja's life. But from our perspective, it doesn't look like he has any reason to be acting like such a tough guy. Maybe this is all down to the young, big man culture that America has been facing recently. Perhaps Ja feels like he's gotta be that guy no one messes with. Whatever his motive, it's not a good thing to see. We hope his statement actually came from the heart and he'll be back on the court without the attitude in no time. However, this is a narrative we've seen time and time again. Many NBA players have gotten themselves into trouble with the law in an attempt to be tough guys, like Carmelo Anthony. He was caught for marijuana possession twice in quick succession. This led to several court cases. Allen Iverson has also gotten into trouble with the police on multiple occasions. One time he got into a fight with his wife. After she left the house to get some space, he was caught speeding and in possession of a gun, which he was using to search for her. In total, he was accused of 12 felonies. And since this trial has racked up even more offenses, like drug possession and assaults. Seattle man Sean Kemp has also been busted for possession of semi-automatic weapons, which led to a dark path, including jail time and a suspension from the NBA. What these examples show is that the NBA and its surrounding culture have a serious problem. Everyone has to be a scary guy, and one day someone is actually gonna get hurt. The NBA's governing body needs to do something about this quickly. Hopefully Ja will look at these examples, realize the path that he's currently taking, and get himself back on the right track before things escalate too quickly.
The guy with the basketball, the big one! Circus shot by Morant! What a shot by Ja!
So, from assaulting a poor teenager who just wanted to play a friendly game, to aiming a gun at the Indiana Pacers team bus, that's why Ja Morant is his own biggest problem.